can't leave my bathroom. About 30 minutes ago, I got out of the shower and dried off, put on my PJs, opened the door, and walked out, only to find myself back in my bathroom staring at the closed door. I stopped and tried to rationalize what had just happened to me. I convinced myself that I had simply imagined that I had opened the door and stepped out. So I tried again. I pushed the door handle down, opened it, stepped out, and yet again found myself in my bathroom, standing in front of a closed door. This has happened every single time I've tried to leave. I keep my phone in the bathroom with me when I'm showering. I live alone, so I keep it with me just in case, for safety. The first thing I did was call my parents. My dad didn't pick up, but my mom did. I tried to explain the situation to her, but she couldn't seem to understand how I was trapped in my bathroom if the door could open. She seemed convinced that I must mean that my bathroom door's lock was broken and I was trapped inside. Regardless, she said that she would be over ASAP. She only lives a 15-minute drive away, so she should be here any moment. I'm sat leaning against my bathtub, looking out the open bathroom door into my landing. I opened it this time, but didn't try to step out. Everything looks normal. My bedroom door is closed just as I left it. The airing cupboard door is closed as well, and the stairs leading down to the hallway and the front door are all normal. The door is shut. I don't have any recollection of how it shut when it shut, only that it must have happened in the last few seconds after I wrote that last paragraph. I've just reread and reread that paragraph. It's proof that I'm not going crazy and imagining this. My mom just texted me to ask if I'm in the house. I said yes, of course I am. I'm trapped in the bathroom. That's the whole reason that I called you here. This is what she has sent. Mom, why aren't you saying anything? Me, what do you mean, Mom? Are you even in there? Me, yes, I'm in here. Are you here? Mom, I'm outside the bathroom door. I've been calling your name. I don't understand. I can't hear anything through the door. I'm going to open it. I can see my landing, my stairs, my front door, but no Mom. I tried to walk out, but it was fruitless, back staring at the closed bathroom door. My mom tried the handle of the door from her side, but it won't open. She brought tools to unscrew the lock. She says she's doing it now, but I can't hear anything, and I can't see the handle moving. Okay, Mom texted me to say the lock is taken out, but the door still won't open on her side. She looked through the circular hole in the door where the lock was, but just saw my bathroom. Empty. There's no hole on my side of the door. The handle and lock are intact. I have no idea what's happening or how I can get out. After much convincing my mom that I was in fact in there, she said she was calling someone to possibly knock the door down. I'm worried that once they do that, they will find an empty bathroom, and yet I will still be here, trapped in my bathroom. There are no plug sockets in here, never mind my phone charger. My phone will die at some point. I'm already on 24%. When it runs out, I might lose my only point of contact with the rest of the world. I don't know what to do. Mom's left now to get help. I'm sat wondering what I can do. I tried to break the door down myself. I knew it wouldn't work, but I had to try. I remember reading once on Reddit that you shouldn't use your shoulder. You should try to kick the door by the lock because it's the weak point. It didn't work. I'm not sure any part of this door has a weak point now. The window is small, and I'm not sure if I'd be able to fit out of it. Scratch that. The window won't open either. There are locks on the windows in my house. You can lock them with a little key, but I never received any when I moved in, so I've never been able to lock them. It's locked now, though. It's got one of those white plastic cheap blinds covering it. I ended up ripping it down. It's pulled some plaster down with it, but now I can get at the window better. It's straight above the toilet, so I am kneeling on top of the toilet lid, yanking at the window handle. It won't. Wait, it opened. I didn't notice how dark it was outside. It shouldn't be dark. It's midday. I looked around, desperately trying to see anyone. No one's around. Everything looks kind of muted. I can't describe it, nor can I describe the deep-seated feeling of dread and wrongness as I look out into my neighborhood. My instincts are telling me not to, but I stick my head out to look down to where I could drop to. My window's closed. I never felt myself move, but my window's closed. Even the fucking plastic blind is back in place. I'm sat on the floor now, as far away from the window and door as I can get. I feel sick. Along with her work friend, he helped her unscrew the hinges and remove the door. I'm not in there. They can't see me. My mom sent a photo of her inside the bathroom with no me. She thinks this has all been a joke and is refusing to reply to my texts or answer my calls. I'm on 14% battery. I don't know if I will ever get to leave. This might be my only chance to say goodbye to my mom, but she won't answer her phone. On average, the scariest room in any given building is the bathroom. You can keep your basements, your attics, and your cobwebby secret rooms hidden in the walls. Every building, commercial or residential, has a bathroom, and you can't avoid it. You're going to have to pee eventually. A bathroom is made of hard, slippery surfaces and sharp edges and glass and bits of hardware sticking out of the walls. Ever slipped and fallen while taking a shower? I have. Nearly brained myself on the toilet. Bought a set of white sandpapery flowers to stick on the bottom the next day. Many of the surfaces are shiny, reflective, and sometimes fragile. Mirrors are creepy, sure, but have you ever watched your distorted reflection in the doorknob or faucet? Did you see the colors of your flesh, your clothing, and your hair swim around in the stainless steel like oil floating in pasta water? Ever see your eyes looking back at you, pushed out of your face by the curve of the chrome? These hard surfaces change the sound of things. The very sound of your voice can resonate in a bathroom, echo off the walls, making you sound bigger than you are, big and hollow. It's hard to feel like you're alone in a bathroom when your voice doesn't sound like it belongs to you. The bathroom is full of chemicals, cosmetics, skincare, medications, soaps, deodorizers, cleansers of varying strengths for cleaning the actual room itself. Why are there cleansers in there? Because a bathroom is also full of germs, waste, and disease. This is the room where we evacuate our waste, our unwanted bodily fluids, saliva, vomit, feces, urine, pus, blood, and we wipe and wash it off and send it down the drains. The drains. The bathroom is connected to a network of pipes that runs under your neighborhood. Some bring in clean water, the rest take away our dishwater, gutter water, and wastewater. We trust that they aren't connected. The pipes come from sources in the wild and connect to our homes, other people's homes, offices, factories, laboratories, treatment plants, cemetery sprinkler systems, sewers, morgues. We like our water to come in clean at our chosen temperature. As long as it comes out clear, we don't question it. But there can be so much of it in a bathroom. People slip and fall on wet floors. Is that water on the floor, or is it some other fluid? Children drown in tubs. People get scalded by water that comes out too hot. And there are electrical outlets right next to the sink where we plug in things that buzz and blow and burn. What about outhouses, you ask? Those don't have water or pipes? No, they don't. You have to leave the safety of your home to use an outhouse. Fine, during the day, in good weather. But it could be raining or snowing or storming. You could get caught in there in a tornado. Goodbye to you. You might need to pee in the middle of the night and have to creep through the yard in the dark, dressed in your pajamas. And then, once you get there, you put your naked butt over a dark, gaping hole full of piss and shit, and use tampons and possible dead animals, or anything else the hidden corners of your lizard brain invent when you're half asleep and it's trying to save your life. Yeah, you have to get naked in a bathroom. You get naked and vulnerable in a room full of hard, slippery surfaces and breakable reflective surfaces and water and electricity and echoes and sometimes really sketchy lighting that flickers or is too bright or forms odd shadows behind the toilets. The salt-laced Newfoundland air did little to soothe the lingering unease. 17, and already I knew the scariest room in any building wasn't the attic or the cellar, but the bathroom. Our family trip was postcard perfect. Quaint fishing villages, wind-swept beaches, the kind of scenery that begged to be framed. But it was the basement bathroom in my mom's cousin's house that haunted me. The house itself was charming, all warm wood paneling and the comforting scent of brewing. My assigned bedroom, a windowless cave in the basement, initially felt cozy. Then came the dream. A bathroom, seemingly normal at first glance, twisted into a surreal nightmare. Yellow liquid coated the floor, dead iguanas hung like macabre decorations, and a faceless figure lurked in the shower. The terror was visceral, the kind that clings even after waking. And then, the cruelest trick of all, I had to go. Every instinct screamed at me to stay put, safe beneath the covers. But my bladder had other plans. The ensuing battle between fear and necessity was comical in retrospect, but at the time, it was a life or death struggle. Light became my ally. Each switch flicked with the precision of a bomb squad technician. The hall light, the bathroom light, each a small victory against the encroaching darkness and the lingering tendrils of the dream. The real bathroom, blessedly ordinary, became the epicenter of my fear. Mint green mats, pastel soaps, a crocheted toilet paper doll, all innocent enough, yet tainted by the dream's residue. I navigated the space with laser focus, avoiding eye contact with the mirror, the shower curtain, or anything that might trigger the memory of the faceless figure. Relief, when it came, was accompanied by a desperate urge to escape, to retreat to the perceived safety of my windowless room. Nope. I slipped back into the hall, turning off the bathroom light just before closing the door. With my poor bladder finally empty and my adrenaline finally fading, I inched back down the hallway, now definitely laughing at myself at how cartoony I looked. It had only been a dream. My bladder was empty, the bed was still dry, and I had a ridiculous story to tell my siblings in the morning. Just as I reached for the bedroom doorknob, from down the hall, behind the closed bathroom door, I heard a soft, plasticky rustle and the sliding of a shower curtain being pulled back. When I was a teenager, my parents divorced. Nothing special. Happens all the time. My dad was quick to put distance between my mom and me, moving a state away. Though he had the legal right to see me once a month, he opted not to deal with the drive. Instead, I stayed at his house for a month each summer. It wasn't my favorite time of the year. He lived in a small Midwestern town where I knew no one and had little to do. I spent most of my time riding his old bike along the decommissioned railroad tracks and skipping rocks through a muddy creek. The only portion of the whole affair I looked forward to was the drive there and back. About midway between my mom and my dad, on a lonely stretch of highway that cut like a scythe through the golden fields of wheat, was a truck stop. Not just any truck stop. This was the world's largest truck stop. Even as a teenager, I doubted the veracity of that claim. How could anything in the Midwest be the largest of something? Surely there was nothing so notable in this vast, rusted land. The world's largest truck stop was a monument to roadside kitsch, a sprawling complex of chrome truck accessories, audiobooks, and Wolf t-shirts, and of course, the bathroom, a cavernous, grimy space with 20 stalls and a thriving ecosystem of graffiti. "Jesus saves," someone had scrawled, followed by the cynical addendum, "But he can't save me from gas station burritos." Crude pentagrams mingled with anatomically improbable drawings. It was here, in the fetid air of adolescent rebellion, that I decided to leave my mark. Arnold, the school bully, was the target of my prepubescent rage. So, armed with a black Sharpie, I found a relatively clean stall and etched his phone number beneath the message, "For a good time, call Arnold." A childish prank, born of resentment, quickly forgotten until the return trip. A red reply scrawled beneath my message. I called, but no one answered, ignited a spark of dark satisfaction. I couldn't resist adding fuel to the fire. "Why don't you give him a visit? He's always happy to have company," along with his address. When school started, Arnold was gone. A quiet relief settled over me. Another casualty of our town's slow decay, I assumed. It wasn't until the following summer, at the truck stop again, that the prank resurfaced. A new message, in the same precise red script, sent a chill down my spine. "Thanks for the tip. I got the best head of my life." The smiley face felt disturbingly genuine. I wrote back, "I'm sure he'd do it for you any time." The next year, the truck stop bathroom beckoned once more. This time, the message was different. "Arnold's all used up. Need someone new. What about you?" The clink of a belt buckle in the next stall sent me fleeing, a cold dread settling in my gut. The black bear shirt I'd coveted lay forgotten on the rack. The truck stop, once a symbol of roadside adventure, had become something far more sinister. I locked myself in my dad's truck and waited. Didn't utter a word the rest of the way home. It was in October that a fisherman pulled a headless torso from the Sangamon River. It was that same month that I found out Arnold hadn't moved. He had been missing for over a year. To people that cared, it was big news when he disappeared. But not a lot of people cared. They never did find the head, nor the killer. So no one could definitively say it was Arnold's body. I imagine it's still sitting in a morgue somewhere, waiting for the final piece of the puzzle. Of course, I know it's him. It has to be. And me? Well, I didn't go back to my dad's the next summer. I blamed it on his new girlfriend. Told him I didn't want to be around them. I regret that too. But I couldn't tell him or my mom the truth. I couldn't tell them I wasn't going back because, even if we didn't stop at that truck stop, I was terrified of who might be watching me. Looking back, it seems irrational, but I realized later that the address I provided wasn't even Arnold's. Right house number, wrong street, and so I wondered how they found him, and even more, I wondered who else I might have condemned.